Hard locked in. Trundle opting for something safe, something reliable for Razork, will set up well with the Syndra stun, can do damage, but of course also just denies any tank pick on the top side of the map for Finn. But Finn, taking a page out of Blippo's book, will bust out the Cho'Gath. We've seen what it can do in the late game, however early game we know the champion can suffer.
I feel like Rogue's
yeah, once we get to the point where everyone does damage and not just Olaf, he becomes pretty useless.
And Trundle also is a champion. I'll hold it.
Good setup
Give him the
there.
nom.
Gold card's going to come in, but it's going to be too little too late. He can flash out of this one, of course. Ooh, Nimbus Cloak not going to be enough. First blood coming in for Misfits, and excellent start for this team.
Yeah, Larssen held his flash, I think, a little bit too long there, but really well played from
Everyone's fine.
Razork.
Drakos and Frosk, there's no other names. So it's good that we talk about mid lane Froskurinn because you heard it from the desk, we can highlight it again here. Larssen statistically is the best, never mind, my timing's terrible. Inspired's now in trouble, he gets stunned to the wall. Vander's here to save the day, but sadly that's a bard with exhaust running him down. It's going to be a quick flash over the wall from Olaf as he zooms out to safety. Febiven going to try to finish the kill on the Tahm Kench. Tahm Kench very low, and Hansama now caught in what we like to call AShe prison. Slowly but surely, he will die if he is left alone for a long enough time. Das now on the way in as well. He's going to hit him with the MSF. The flash forward. That's some clean bard mechanics right there. Flashing over the skill shot, grabbing another kill, and Rogue are getting dumped.
It was off in a 4-second window, so going for the attack speed boots first. The fact that she can just back, grab long swords, have the boots. She never has a bad back at all. AShe is just great. Great champion.
Okay, well, Olaf looks like he's going to be running in here to pick up a kill. Inspired on the way in. Destiny already used, but not to much effect. Big Senna ult coming over the top just to make sure Hansama grabs something. So good that Rogue are able to grab the kill there.
And this is actually a really good example of Rogue's playstyle because Rogue leads before. But I actually think losing that initial Drake is a really big wound to Rogue.
Okay,
He's
Arrow's
just going to
gonna
walk out of it.
wide.
Because Rogue's composition really relied on stacking these Drakes and snowballing a bit more effectively, because I do think that Misfits have better scaling on their end in terms of how their composition is working together.
And now we see a bit more gold funnel in the mid lane. Of course, that's going to more than add to the gold difference. But still, honestly, Rogue going toe-to-toe. We've got 2 objectives taken for Rogue.
I don't know if we're going to get to see it as this game is going to go later and, you know, diving doesn't really become a thing at a certain point, but I would actually really love to see how tanky and how brutal Olaf take his time and really pick his moment when he tries to take abuse of the Glacial Augment on Cho and Senna.
Vander, though, potentially caught out here. Ooh!
That is
anti-synergy, but Das gets a clean follow-up. The cleanse going to be used there from the Summoner's Spellbook. Vander, of course, still has the exhaust as well. Das going to zoom his way out and say goodbye to his 80 carry. Wow!
What I don't understand is that they're both Danish. Like, there was no language barrier there.
This is going to be a weird game. I feel it already, because you're right that, like, Rogue's comp kind of wants to kite back, but also Misfits comp kind of wants to kite back with, like, an AShe GP, so we're just going to see who gets the better setup, I suppose. And
I just think that Misfits' composition is better in terms of, like, its zone control and slowly walking forward, as long as AShe can have kill pressure.
That's a very fast Olaf, and more than enough damage to finish that one off, as Larssen's going to flash
down on more pressure to start up this Drake. Here comes DanDan.
Of course, we got the hose coming in for Cho'Gath, cut off for the slow, try to catch them in this pinch. Good damage from Hansama. Running really far forward, knows that as long as he's in the Curse of the Black Mist, Syndra can't just right-click him, but that's an excellent Bard ult. Sadly, too little too late here. The Bower comes in, ulti gonna come out as well, and Rogue just walk in, grab a Drake, walk out scot-free.
Really interesting that Misfits held their cooldowns for so long and decided to just show some patience there. Normally we see Misfits like really funnel into that one, but they still have the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, as well as the Syndra ultimate.
And you have to wonder if after the last play went awry, that they're maybe a little bit more hesitant on kicking these fights off.
I think it was also kind of saying that it's fine to give up the Drake because they're playing for the tower, and then what will happen after this tower.
But also, can we talk about how Hansama is a man playing without fear? He's just walking face first into every single champion that walks in front of him. We got Finn coming down on the bottom side. The knockup here could be huge. It's going to be double Glacial Augment procs, though, as DanDan's grabbing a tower in the top side. So 2 towers lost for Rogue in that exchange.
Yeah, and I think this is actually where I want to kind of
damage, just able to poke, just able to harass without Misfits really being able to fully commit for an engage. Scatter the Weak, of course, the exception to that. Huge long-range engage tool, the pillar as well, but Misfits really have to pick their moment.
That was not it.
God. Hansama's movement is so dirty this game. Never mind, he can't dodge at all. Gold card now coming in. DanDan's going to be in trouble. Cannon Barrage now coming down. They managed to pick off Tahm Kench on the side. That's big. Now all the carries are that much more vulnerable, and suddenly Misfits set up to take this 3rd Drake. Could also start to walk towards the Baron if they're feeling very greedy.
And this is the thing about Rogue, you know, when people call priority, like, you understand, but that means that if we could see it, Misfits can see it. And they have all the tools on the composition that we talked about.
Control Ward, just use 1 stack, might have the 2nd. but maybe it looks like mid lane priority first. Larssen just throwing out the gold card to buy a bit of time for the rest of the team. We go for the ghost. Gold card now coming out, has the Nimbus cloak as well as the ghost to make sure that he is safe, but that's going to be a 3-man setup. Is the follow-up going to be there? The arrows coming in as well, but they're just managed to hit Vander. They've burned so many ultimates, so many cooldowns. They're on to Finn, but Finn's got the Gargoyle Stone Plate. The all going to be fired across upon Sama, but there's just not a lot of damage happening right now. So many good ultimates, but no follow-up really from either side. Rogue now, though, looking for the re-engage. The gold card there. The rapid-fire cannon ready to go. Inspired. And to try to finish this one out, get for third Drake, start to contest for soul point. Are they going to try to get anything else here? Pillar comes over. Still, Olaf will secure it, and that means the Rogue win the day in a very odd exchange of cooldowns.
I think really nice positioning from Rogue in the extended fight and how they zoned all of Misfits off. And we talked about kind of how Rogue's comp wants you to push into them, and then they have some members who want to run forward. One of the things that Misfits comp misses is a tank, which is why DOS just gets deleted like that.
And because, of course, the pick potential here from Rogue's comp is getting pretty insane. And for Misfits Froskurinn, I just feel like the execution at this point, now that they're not super far ahead, is it's quite difficult. And Rogue clearly very comfortable playing these slow, steady situations out to perfection.
And it's this 1-4 scenario.
Yeah, and then you see on the gold a very close game overall, very small differences. Hansama just going to zoom his way out of this one. Pillar will come in. Hansama goes gold. Kobbe is there for the setup. Vander's there to deny it. Can't just eat him up, but is just going to wait for a brief moment. The stun will connect to the wall, not to Hansama. They're getting chipped lower and lower. Big ult, though, now the response. Das going to be in trouble here. Vander trying to find the slow. Inspired running in. Flash forward for Larssen. He manages to get the stun. The axe coming as well, but now Misfits have an excellent opportunity to turn. The arrow going to be flashed away from Hansama. Still has that cooldown. Incredible at this point in the game. But Kobbe starting to run down Larssen. Rogue have overstepped just a little bit, and it's going to cost them a ton here. Misfits do not have the confidence, though, to go for the re-engage here. Cooldowns burned on both sides. Neither team really has enough left in the tank to finish the fight.
I do think that can Kobbe get to this item so he can have kill pressure so they can play front to back, or will Rogue punish Misfits who normally get lost on this type of map?
Vander not gonna, no. Cut the tape. We're gonna put the Teemo screen up, take us out. All right, the re-engage is coming in now. DanDan gonna try to find it. The stun will not connect. Vander's just gonna spin him right back out. Misfits continue with this engage. A lot of confidence here despite missing so many cooldowns. That's gonna be a big pillar. Febiven now coming to the side. DanDan as well. Look for that barrel setup. All eyes on DanDan. Does he have the damage necessary to get it done? Because Kobbe certainly doesn't. He's already dropped down. And Rogue are saying, you wanna walk in the face first into an Olaf? Be our guest. More than enough damage to finish this one out. In comes Larssen. Gold card goes in. That's the shutdown coming in as well. Misfits overstep, but now DanDan's going to pay the price. Running for the hills as Rogue set their sights on the Baron. Froskurinn, how does it happen every time?
Okay, I figured it out. Misfits, they can't help themselves. They see a team fight, they're like, we must finish this. Not, I know what we'll do. We'll dive into it.
Yeah, I've got my head in my hands. Frosk is screaming. Not out of it yet. This is Soul Point. It is against a Baron buffed up team. Finn has been getting stronger and stronger, and they have to play this one flawlessly. But if they can stop Soul, they buy themselves a bit of time. Ulti's going to go in, but only connecting on a Finn. That's their Q to engage on Vander. Still a lot of healing coming in from Hansama. One barrel is going to connect. That's going to be a big deal. Misfits definitely in the advantage state. But Finn just walking forward, fishing for the Devour. Big shield across the entire team. But Kobbe, uncontested. Look at that Ashe damage. He's shredding through that Cho'Gath health bar. Finn now going to be in trouble, getting walked down slowly, but surely. Oh, goodbye, buddy. Nice and slow. Kobbe going to finish that one up, but now they get the Ocean Drake as well. Well played, Misfits.
Thank you. That is how that's supposed to work. You cannot.
Misfits, it always feels like when it's time to put your foot on the gas, you forget everything else. Now that said, it's just about surviving here. Now they've taken away Soul Point. Both teams matched at Soul Point. This will be a 7 or 8 Drake game, depending on how long it is going to go. Misfits have decent wave clear here. It's mostly about if DanDan can't hit the barrel, but Hansama's range is disgusting. Look at that piercing light. That's way too much, or rather piercing darkness. As now the tower's gone, and Misfits really do not feel comfortable to kick this one off. Hard to deal with the Tahm Kench Devour as well as the Senna E, but now they're going to get things going. Ulti going forward. Finn going to be locked up. Olaf ult used as well. Febiven trying to find CC, but the sustained damage really isn't there unless Kobbe gets to auto attack, and Rogue are not going to make the same mistake twice. Playing this one out nice and slow. Stun going to go in. Vander going to cleanse out. Can't save his teammates if needed. Senna still just a nightmare, but a perfect pillar to get things kicked off. We'll force the Devour out of Vander. If Misfits want to go, they need to go now. That's Devour down. That's the most important cooldown. The barrel still not connecting, and Rogue walk away.
Windows that Misfits needed, they needed to have kill pressure on the front line. They now have that if they get to hit the front line.
Well, it looks like Rogue have identified the priority target here because the exhaust is going down on DanDan. He's going to set up the barrel, and instantly all of Rogue are going to back away, settling for that tier 2 tower. Of course, 1 minute and 14 seconds to Soul, so this gives access over to the entirety of the bottom side, Misfits jungle to Rogue if they want.
The word endurance, patience, the mental fortitude required to try to grind down a Rogue or an Origin, they must just be one of the most frustrating teams to play against.
Absolutely. Larssen step forward here. Has no fear of the pillar.
Finally.
Oh, that's finally the setup. DanDan in the area. He's got it, but Larssen manages to go gold and uses it himself. And now Olaf's running forward, buying a bit of space for Larssen to move. Larssen's got another gold card. He can return forward. Excellent positioning from Rogue to make it out of that one. But Misfits now running it for this Drake.
And you can see the pressure from Misfits because look at their base. The super minions are pushing into their inhib, will be hitting the Nexus towers relatively soon.
TP
But there's the Soul stolen.
He steals it. Larssen could just TP to the base at any moment and try to end the game. If they do not keep their eyes on the prize here, Misfits could throw everything away. Inspired is still alive. He's still in the back of the pit, but it looks like Rogue want to take the fight instead. They are not worried about the push. Larssen stepping forward. Hansama stepping forward.
There
That's the
goes Finn.
TP from Finn. They've got their split decision. It's the double TP. Rogue want to finish it in style. Right when we asked for Rogue are here to deliver. You want something spicy. Rogue are more than happy to serve it up because Vander's stopping the backs. Larssen and Finn are ending the game, and that's going to be GG for Rogue.
Rogue saw the moment. They took it.
You had one shot.
One opportunity.
Double TP into the base and ending. Kind of anticlimactic given like how slow and how controlled so many of those team fights were that it just came down to two TPs into the top.